All right, hello everyone. Welcome to GTA Vice City, except modded. This is a mod of Vice City called Titan Vice. It's
in widescreen.
Yeah, in widescreen. There's a widescreen patch built into it, so it's in beautiful 16:9, 1920 by 1080, at least on my screen. And yeah, I mean, basically it just makes the game harder. It's like a toughened mod kind of thing, made by Mr. Dinosaur Bites in the chat. So you're gonna see him talking a lot, I'm sure. Feel free to praise him and give feedback. But yeah, this is just like an any percent type of run. You could probably do SSU in this, but essentially it's yeah yeah, basically fuck that. It's I'm basically just gonna do a no SSU run. Just beat the game as quickly as possible without messing with, you know, teleporting to missions and stuff. So yeah, let's get going.
Before you do,
okay,
we're MH and I discussed before this run, and we wanted to do a little, you know, because his estimate at the time, we wasn't sure on like how long it would take, because obviously it's a very new run, so the time of how long it takes, like an estimate, would go down dramatically. So this was sort of like a placeholder, an hour and 30 minutes. It's going to be way lower than that. It doesn't take nearly that long to complete this mod if you're half decent at it, which MH is. So he will have plenty of time to show some of the side content later on. So we made a deal that for every $5 donated during this run, you can request a small piece of side content. So for example, there are new unique stunt jumps that MH could do. $10 and you can request a more sizable piece of side content. For example, there are completely different asset missions, which he won't be doing in this run. There are different stadium events, which are completely reworked, and some of them MH has never even attempted before. Mm-hmm. So yeah, $5 for minor content like collectibles that he can show off, and every $10 you'll get some fresh new missions as well.
Yep, please donate to make me do Pizza Hot Ring. I want to try it.
Yeah. Pay $100 to see the pole position club.
Yeah, 100. You need to pay up for that, you know, pay for the content.
Yeah, Kumas are rich, so it's no problem.
Yeah, true.
They have plenty of money.
But yeah, I mean, my PB for this is 103.13, so if things go to plan, then we'll have plenty of time, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get going.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
GL.
Thank you.
I poked my head out of the gutter for one freaking second and paid double shit.
So the first thing you'll notice is that it's snowing. This is a normal, you know, climate change and all that. But in all seriousness, it's going to be very annoying. Snow is, well, it has snow physics, as you might imagine. It's very slippery.
The second thing you'll notice is that the snow in the background of the stream matches perfectly with the snow in the game.
Ooh. Yeah, see? All coordinated.
Yeah, I actually coded the layouts to read the Vice City tightened weather cycle and replicate the snow.
Perfectly planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, intentional. Also, Tommy has like this coat, which is pretty cool. And also the snow is flickering. That's like a graphical glitch that nobody knows how to fix. So yeah, we're just kind of stuck with it, unfortunately.
And immediately for casual players, you can see that the radio is slightly different. Right now we just heard the news song.
Meteorologists are tracking Hurricane, which has devastated 5 Caribbean islands and is heading for Vice City.
Alright, so I'm gonna get
Before things get too heated, MH, we have a quick, already a sizable donation for you.
Ooh.
And a request.
Alright.
So we have 2 requests actually. One just came in as well on top, so we'll get them out the way quickly. We have $69 from the one and only Dinosaur Bites, the developer of this mod.
Ooh.
That says, "Big man, big W. I request tanks for the memories." Do you know which one that is?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's the other stadium mission that isn't Dirt Ring and that isn't pizza. So we'll get you to that later on.
Okay, so Blood Ring.
Thank you so much, Rob. It's very generous of you. Yeah, Blood Ring.
Yeah.
No, my bike!
And then we also have $20 from Mackenzie saying, "Can we see an Avery mission, please? Ooh, finger points."
Sure.
You absolutely can, Mackenzie. Thank you so much. And that puts us to $900. So only 100 away from the big 1K. Thank you so much.
Like I said, $100 for pole position club.
Yeah, Kumas can hit the 1K.
Yeah. So, for certain side missions, I'll probably save them for the end. But I guess for stuff like Avery missions, I could do them during the route. I don't know. We'll see. I will get to them.
I have saves for them if you want to just do them at the end.
Yeah, that's good. And you can remind me if I forget any of them.
Yeah, sure.
So there's these dudes with M4s. I shoot them from over there. That hedge is pretty convenient because you can, like, if you're right at the corner, you can shoot that guy from through it. Also, I was supposed to make a close replay, but I forgot, so I think I'll go do that now on the way back. But yeah, that's why I got the Uzi.
Mercedes still has vanilla, like, AI in this. In that if you get into a fight with somebody, she will actually try and attack them, and that is very bad in Titan because if she tries and fights someone with the M4 at the pole position club, she just gets absolutely nuked and you'll just fail the mission straight away. So you're going to be very careful to not engage in them when Mercedes is nearby.
Is she as strong as Misty?
She doesn't do that thing where she like one punch mans everyone. No, sadly not.
Yeah, Misty's better.
Really a shame.
Yeah, better game. GTA 3 is just a better game.
But yeah, this stuff isn't too different from...
Yeah, the mission differences start out quite mild, but then they really pick up later on. The Malibu guards attack you once you leave the Malibu club. They're not a super big threat, but this next segment is really cool. So the chef has actually been moved, which again is a very minor change. But then there's the first major change of the run, which is once you get into a fight with these chefs, one of them actually steals Lance's car and drives off with it. So usually you would run towards Lance's car as normal, and you realize that it's been completely hijacked. But if you're quick enough and you know where he's going to drive, because he now has a fixed path, it used to be random, you can actually go ahead and snipe him just before he drives off.
Yeah, the old Back Alley Brawl was terrible.
Yeah, you don't have to do the second half of this mission, because that new mechanic basically overwrites it. Usually you would have to go to the ammunition and do a sort of cutscene and, you know, everything like that. It's basically a tutorial, but who needs tutorials when we're playing the Titan version? We're obviously really good at this game, so...
Yeah.
There's a fun history behind this mission. The original intention was to take back the car from the chef, then drive to ammunition, then back to the hotel. That was changed because the mission ended up taking too long. And also the chef used to drive a random path, but now he drives a very specific path which allows us to steal the car in more consistent ways.
Yeah, it also used to crash the game quite a bit, which was also a reason why it was changed, because it makes more sense to just get rid of the tutorial if it's kind of useless.
Yeah.
A very interesting jury fury setup. Yeah. Momo, do you want to explain? I can see you're itching to do it.
Yeah, I could. I'm using some more familiar VC speedrun strats. We get to set up an Mission Zero Vigilante by using the save pickup. Mission Zero basically refers to the mission flag, which decides whether you're busy like on a mission or not. And when you're busy, the game disables free roam mode. It doesn't allow you to start missions, answer calls, and anything. When you're not busy, it allows you to do everything. Basically, you want to manipulate the game to think that you're not busy, but you're also on a mission. so that you can start another mission. And in this game, phone calls are technically considered missions in that you are busy while answering a call.
Florida.
So we manipulate this that Tom is answering a call while not being busy, and therefore can start the mission while answering the call, and then when the phone call ends, starts the mission again. And by starting this mission twice, it spawns 2 sets of each car. Then the second set of car falls over, flips over, and basically takes enough damage to scare each jury, which will instantly pass the mission. Not insta-pass, mind you, that's a completely different thing. Basically just passes the mission immediately, and thankfully both instances pass, so we don't have to worry about any leftover instances being in the code, in the script.
And the big change in the riot mission as well is Dinosaur Bites, bless him, was very adamant on making sure that no matter what, you would have to go and get the clothes, because you usually skip them in speedruns. It took me about 45 seconds to figure out that you don't actually have to get them. Yeah. Because if you stand and you look through the gate, but you stand so your weapon, if you stand too close, you can't actually shoot through it. But if you take just like half a step back, then when you shoot, your gun clips through the fence, and you can shoot through it, even though you're not supposed to be able to like bang through the fence or anything.
Yeah, what I did in my first playthrough was I just threw grenades over it, which also worked. Also, I have a one level, which is annoying. So I need to get
I did go for grenades, but he removed the spawn at the police station, so I went, oh screw it, and then I went to the construction site, then jumped onto the roof, and then blew them up from there.
That's basically what I did too, and there was the Molotov guy, which was really annoying.
Yeah, the Molotov guy is absolute chaos.
He's like
another big change to
constantly throwing Molotov.
Yeah. Another big change to mention is that as of a more recent patch in this game, phone calls are actually skippable. So as you can see here, you can answer a call and just press F, exactly as though you're playing like San Andreas or LCS, and you can just skip entire phone calls. Some of them, we don't skip every phone call in this run, because some of them are used for like, on-mission manipulation that Momo discussed before. And some of them are used to like give you protection later on, because when you're on a phone call, NPCs that are usually aggressive towards you are no longer aggressive. And other minor things like that, but for the most part we skip pretty much every single phone call, which removes a lot of downtime in this run, which is really nice.
Yeah. Like, I did not skip the first phone call that I took, because I was using that for the whole, on mission stuff. So
yeah, you'd save about 10 seconds skipping the call and then lose a minute because you'd have to do the mission properly. So not really worth it.
Yeah.
Another thing to mention is that the traffic is completely rewritten. This mod uses a bundle of other mods, like we talked about, the widescreen fix and silent patch and stuff. And it also uses a script to rewrite the traffic. So the traffic is a lot more chaotic. There's a lot more angry drivers. They drive more fast on average when they're, just following the roads. And also, there's a lot of like mechanics that are added onto the traffic. So for example, during certain hours of the day, there is actually like rush hour in VC, which doesn't usually exist in the original. So I forget exactly what time it is, but let's just say, for example, 5 p.m., which is like normal rush hour. There are actually a lot more cars on the street than would usually be in the original game, which is really cool in my opinion. It's super annoying for speedruns, but really cool in terms of, like a realism, I guess.
Realistic Miami traffic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very small change, but it does increase the difficulty quite a lot.
And yeah, I just got this armor because the next mission is going to be very dangerous, and I don't want to die. So.
Yeah, Mall Shootout, you basically do exactly the same way, but everyone has such huge weaponry that it's basically a coin flip whether you die or not. So the one consistent way to do it is to grab armor and just run through everyone. And he also made a replay over what would usually be the Kruger during Guardian Angels. It's actually a camera.
Oh my god, you did it.
Oh, did you not want me to spoil it?
Yeah, I said don't spoil it.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
No, whatever.
Discord delay. So he made a replay over the Kruger, and he's gonna pick up the Kruger in the replay, and totally use that for the mission.
Yeah, that's what we do. You'll see.
Yeah, I lagged. My bad.
It's all good, you know, happens.
It does indeed happen. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of dudes with M4s and like a dude with a Molotov right out there. That's why I got the armor. Turns out I didn't actually need it, but oh yeah, I forgot. I always forget this. My muscle memory on this mission is too strong. So if you go back to Cortez with your wanted level, then Cortez is gonna be very mad that you brought the cops back to his little hideout. So you need to not do that and lose the heat. So there we go.
Yeah, there's a number of missions where this happens. The previous one, Treacherous Swine, was actually the same. Mall Shootout is another one. Spilling the Beans, Hit the Courier. There's quite a few different ones where you actually need to get rid of your wanted level. Otherwise, you'll fail the mission.
Yeah.
So there are more missions than usual where completing it doesn't clear your wanted level. We'll see that later on in the run.
Hogging all the action, I see.
And yeah, that's the thing that the colonel left me to shoot with, but I'm not gonna take it because I don't need that.
Yeah.
Don't want your stupid.
The mod even gives you a tooltip, basically talking about how the camera might not be super useful unless you're sending pictures back home to Mama Vassetti. Says.
Okay, I don't know why the hell that didn't work. I'm trying to lean back, but it's not working. I wonder if my keybind's messed up. And yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it became a mission vehicle. Forgot about that. Alright, we'll just take this stupid car, whatever. But yeah, I want to go back and make another close replay, as you would in the normal run. Because that's going to be even more useful than it is in the normal game.
Yeah, just before you make the close replay, as you saw, the Kruger is actually like just above Raphael's. So usually it kind of throws you a bone and is like, oh, here's the gun actually. But we don't take it because one, we don't need it. And two, these guys that you fight on this mission have the upgraded version of the Kruger, which is the M4.
Yeah, this mission is really hard if you're doing it for the first time.
By the way, for seasoned viewers that know about VC speedruns, you might remember that in normal VC we go pick up some grenades here to set up an ammo copy glitch. This doesn't work in this game because simply the grenades were replaced by a nightstick.
I'll take the balcony, you get the roof across the yard. Yo, get out my section.
What's this about robot voice? Echo? What? Is my audio setup messed up?
I don't know. Let me have a look.
Alright, let's take a look here. What is going on with my OBS?
We can pause the timer. Apparently, we can hear myself and Momo twice. It might just be like coming through speakers, or your headphones might be a bit loud or something. I don't know.
Alright, let me get headphones.
I'm listening to myself back on the stream and I sound fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually not a big deal, but can't tell for myself, so I'm gonna play it safe.
Yeah, sure.
Okie dokie. So, yeah, this looks pretty normal, right? We're just waiting.
Sounds normal.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the strat. Just do critical hits with the M4. Because these guys have a lot of HP. Oh yeah, and Diaz.
And there's like 2 extra guys on the roof.
Dead.
Respond to a 10-21 in Central Washington Beach. Respond to a 10-17 in Central Washington Beach.
Yeah, seems to all be good now.
These Asians think they can take on Ricardo Diaz?
This van here is you can't actually blow this up. It's bulletproof, but you can snipe all the guys out of it as they're driving up because you can shoot them through. And here, MH, just before he kills the last guy, he plays a close replay, which allows him to gain control inside of a cutscene. And then you can actually shoot these guys in the cutscene before they even drive off.
What is your name?
And now for the most risky cutscene in the game. Because when you gain control in here, you still have 3 stars. And the cops are trying to attack you, and you have like basically a fully fixed camera angle, so you can't really see where you're going. And it's very easy to get like knocked off and you know, shot by the cops, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're in a cutscene.
Yeah, that's why I kept Tommy and you there, because I wanted to see what was going on, you know? It's pretty important.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This is another call we can skip. Just take it and run. Saves a little bit of waiting time at the marker here, so...
Yeah. And as you can see, Diaz has placed some anti-Tommy measures on his mansion.
Yeah, no Tommy allowed.
Strictly no Tommy allowed, yeah.
Even though he asked me to come work for him.
Yeah. That shit don't make no goddamn sense.
Oh yeah, let me...
So for this mission, we actually have to sort of demote strats a little bit. So there's like a million different variations of the chase strat that you can do in regular VC. And we basically have to do like a modified version of the old way. Because the new way only works really if you have a vehicle like the BF injection, which doesn't have doors. So instead, MH is going to still drive this guy to his destination himself. But he's going to do it it's not really the old-fashioned way, because it's still like a more quick version of it. But essentially, he's going to play a replay just before the cutscene starts where the guy spawns. And it's going to be a gang burrito instead. Which has doors, so you've got to do a little bit of extra trickery. But yeah, he chainsaws the door off and actually steals the car just after the cutscene. Then when this guy tries to get in, basically he tries to hijack you, but as long as you're moving,
yeah,
he actually just sort of hops into the passenger seat and can't, you know, hop into the driver's seat.
So the weird thing is that normally this wouldn't actually work. He would just like take control of the car anyway. But like in this mod it does, because like usually you need to have a wall on your left side. But yeah, this works in the mod, so whatever. We just do it.
Yeah, it's basically like an easier version with less factors, I guess.
I think that's mainly because of the door giving him a longer animation. But you can speed up enough so that he doesn't hijack the van.
Yeah, but like in the normal way you do it, you need the speed anyway, but you also need the wall. But yeah.
And I'm not sure you can pick up the speed without using the wall in the original. So it just gets in automatically.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to point it, yeah. But
the VCN heli, which is what you would usually go for here, is actually replaced with a Faggio because mod developers are evil. So luckily, there is a police Maverick sort of just down the road, and we can use that for the mid-game instead. It's not going to get nearly as much use as you would see in regular vanilla, because, as you'll see later, the routes differ quite a lot.
Yeah, like as the run progresses, things get more interesting, I would say, for the most part, so stay tuned. Well, the next mission is not going to be too different, except for one pretty different thing, which you're going to want to see. So go back to the...
In my opinion, I'd say this is the first actually difficult mission in this mod, given the changes that are in the mission.
Yeah, I agree. This is, I'd say, top 3 hardest missions in this mod.
Yeah.
Do you see that health up there?
Yeah.
And trust me, it's really not overkill. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see in a few seconds.
Well, it is kind of overkill if you have this, but if you're playing without this, then yeah, that's still pretty hard.
Yeah, in runs, the mission is extremely trivial, but playing this casually without a close replay, this is very difficult. You need to learn all of the enemy placements and prioritize who to shoot, because a lot of enemies have upgrades, specifically M60s, which can kill you in like 7 or 8 bullets. So, yeah, you face tank, 5 or 6 M60s, you can get killed in a matter of seconds if you're not quick enough. So you have to have really good aim here when you're playing casually.
Yeah, from the speedrunner's perspective, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, you basically spawn kill them in the speedrun, exactly the same as vanilla.
Yeah, because you already know where they are.
Yeah. All the spawns are the same, thankfully. There are some additional people, but there's not any bonus segments or anything, so the kind of path to kill them is the same.
If there were dudes,
are you gonna go for? I was gonna say, are you gonna kill Lance, or are you not gonna? You are? Okay. So usually, if you've watched regular VC runs, you know that you can kill Lance in this. The same happens in Titan, but it actually has a much bigger benefit. So when you kill Lance, you can actually steal his helicopter, and it's not faster in regular VC most of the time, but in Titan it's a lot faster, because inside the building when you're fighting all the dudes, they actually all have M60s, and also the briefcase is on top of the roof, so you would need to get either a PCJ or a barrel or something to boost you up to get over the ledge and collect the briefcase, which is very slow. So stealing the helicopter saves a minute in this, because you can just fly straight onto the roof and pick it up.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a very cool strat.
What I'm doing there is I'm doing playing the close replays to reduce the time of the fade, because the fade from changing clothes is shorter than the fade of starting missions, so just kind of overwrites that. It's a little bit faster. And I'm doing what appears to be an extremely boomer strat, if any of you know that. Taking the helicopter to the docks. The reason why is because if you drive there normally, there's a bunch of, again, dudes with big guns, and there's a gate in the way, as you can see on the right there. And I kind of want to go around it quickly, and the helicopter's pretty good for doing that, so that's what I do.
Yeah, you can parkour over the boxes to jump the gate, but it's a lot faster to just keep the helicopter from the last mission and just fly over.
Yeah, those boxes are annoying, to say the least.
Awful.
Yeah, the jump itself is pretty awkward.
Yeah.
It's also a hidden fail condition in this mission, exclusive to this mod, and I will not spoil it. I'll prefer that you find out yourselves if you want to play this mod.
Yeah, we gotta link the.
Yeah, I've already spoiled cool things, so I won't spoil anymore.
The only spoilers will be what you see, I guess. Okay, fine. I'll just take it like that.
I'll also put the link to download the mod in the chat right now. So if anyone wants to play it, you can. It's I'd heavily recommend. Gets my stamp of approval.
We got some competition. Stop on pirate radio. So Tom me, we know it was Diaz busted out.
Okay, so on this mission, there is a faster way to get to where I want to get, but it's more dangerous and the Lance can die, so I'm just gonna go this way.
Yeah, this path is only slightly slower, and it's a lot safer. There's a bunch of guys that block your path on the fastest way, and they all have M60s. Now, you do have a close replay, so you can, you know, sort of like mitigate the damage and put out the fires. But it's possible that they can just A, shoot you, which does a ton of damage. They do like 50 damage per hit. 2, shoot Lance and kill him instantly. Or 3, blow up your boat before you have the chance to repair it, because if they hit all their shots, they'll blow you up before you can even take out the fire. So it is quite risky, and it's not much faster. So for marathons, it makes a lot more sense to just chill and take the normal route.
But yeah, just banging, or not banging, chilling to this new radio station, which is actually just the MP3 player. There's another radio station which replaced VCPR. Yeah, all these guys have big guns, but I have a very fast gun, so that's no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, again, the close replay makes this extremely trivial, but it's certainly not easy by any stretch when you do it without it.
But yeah, this is pretty laid back. You may notice that there's a boat over there. Kind of interesting.
It's used in an optional mission later on in the game.
Or is it?
Again, won't spoil too much. Or is it? Who knows?
Yeah, same old stuff here. I didn't really go for the grenade copy glitch because, well, I don't have grenades. The grenades at the police station are not actually there, so yeah, can't do that. And it wouldn't actually be super useful anyway. Well, it would still be helpful, but yeah.
I was gonna say, you don't get nearly as much use out of the grenades in this run. They're still kind of useful, but not super duper useful. So here, the game actually forces snow upon you, which is extremely brutal.
Yeah.
Because snow during missions, we have to drive a tank, which already slides around quite a lot, is not great.
Mm-hmm. Big, slow piece of metal.
Yeah, so the usual strat here would be to shoot the gunner of the tank, and it would cause everyone to sort of panic and get out, and you can steal the tank and be on your merry way. It doesn't work because the gunner no longer exists. So instead, you can do the next best thing, which was also a boomer strat, of just parking a vehicle in front of the tank. And they stop the entire convoy and try and move your vehicle out the way. And in that time, you can just sort of make the distraction and or make use of the distraction and steal the tank.
Yeah, this runs like Return of the Boomer strats.
Yeah. And Return of the Vanilla strats as well, because there's a new strat here where you actually make a Cherry Poppers replay during this segment, which is only in the route as of like, what, a week ago?
A few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago.
Literally this Tuesday.
Yeah, so the route is always developing. But yeah, you'll notice that MH is not driving south here. He's actually going to drive north and then east over this bridge. This bridge is awful, by the way, because obviously when you have a 5-star wanted level, you know, there's a lot of different blockades, and if you've ever driven a tank in this game at high speed, if you hit an object, there's a chance you'll just launch as though you're like a plane or something, and you'll just sink into the ocean, which is not very fun. That's why MH is looking backwards here to try and minimize the amount of things that will spawn in front of him.
Yeah, if you're looking
You
away...
actually have to drive to the... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, if you're looking away and you're driving fast, stuff doesn't spawn in front of you, so pretty much safe. If you touch the wall, though, then a part of the tank can come off, and then you can hit that and fly into the water, which happened to me once, so... Yeah, I was trying to play it safe, but...
Got to avoid a lot of different things. But yeah, you have to come to a different garage in this.
Look familiar?
You actually come to the garage, that you're using Copland, which makes it a lot more difficult because obviously it's a lot further to drive. And hey, look, a PCJ.
Yeah. Next mission is Death Row, though, so that's like right here, which is an interesting change. Now Death Row is like super close.
Yeah.
And
usually you wouldn't have a helicopter here because none of the helicopters on the East Island spawn at this point in the story. You have to complete rub out in order to gain access to the Sparrows. But in this mod, there is actually, if you've played VCS, you'll be familiar with this. But there is actually another police Maverick that spawns on the Vice City HQ, the police headquarters. So MH is going to start Death Row and then do some nifty little parkour over the rooftops in order to get onto the roof of the VCPD building, and then we can take the police heli from there and use it for Death Row.
I've never done it like that before. Shouldn't have jumped off so early. But yeah, I forgot to take a phone call earlier before Cortez, so... Okay, there we go. So yeah, I had to sit there and wait for another phone call, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, that jump to get across to the roof is way harder than it looks.
Yeah,
it's very precise to fling yourself off like that. You need like the exact amount of speed and jump as late as possible, and you can just about make it across without a bike.
Yeah,
it's exactly as precise as it can be. It can't be any more accurate.
Yeah, and it's only doable because in VC, if you jump off of an edge, like at the very extreme edge, then you get like a weird speed boost. So, yeah.
It's like a million different things coming together to save like 3 seconds over using the bike.
All right, now there's a bunch of dudes with M60s, so we need a new space to safely land this thing, but check this shit out. He's over there.
Yeah, you can't park on the east side because there's a bunch of guys that are like dedicated to shoot your heli down, basically. We used to park all the way in the southwestern corner, but once again, MH with his humongous brain has routed in a much more quick spot
Yeah.
to rescue Lance.
It's some garbage if I say so myself.
Nice to see you too.
Hit it.
Yeah. Had to pop a couple guys, but then we can just run up this thing and Lance should follow us. Yep. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall. Okay, good.
Biggest thing that surprised me was the fact that you can just walk up that like vertical surface.
Yeah, like
classic VC.
there's a way that you can just like go around it, but then I was like, there has to be a better way, right? Like you can probably run up one of these, and then I found a part of it that you could just run up. So yeah, that's super cool in my opinion.
Yeah. There's also a trap at the end of this mission if you leave the junkyard in conventional ways. There's a bunch of people parked at the helicopter marker with M60s that would usually nuke you if you just tried to, go in like this. But the heli strats are actually twofold in terms of their usefulness because you skip that trigger as well. So this mission is like almost like normal because you skip all of the Titan triggers that make it harder.
By the way, if you notice the time changing a whole bunch, it's because this mod comes with an autosave script. So once you're on foot, after a mission is completed, then it's just going to autosave, and that advances the time. Normally, if I'm doing runs, I wouldn't have the autosave, but marathon safe, so may as well.
Yeah, makes sense. We have a quick $5 donation from Bones saying, looking forward to the unique stunt jump from the tribute ramp that I have just funded. Thank you, Bones. Very kind of you.
Yeah,
we'll get to all of those at the end.
Is that the airport one?
KZ Fru tribute?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's the KZ Fru one.
KZ Fru tribute
Fru one?
That's
Okay.
what I assumed, yeah.
I see.
This place is gonna be crawling with assholes. Be careful.
Alright, so the front entrance is blocked off, as you can see. There's no way to clip through that. So we gotta go around the back. These guys have M60s, but not all of them. So I'm gonna kill the select few people who are dangerous. And just run. And yeah, this is another pretty boomer strat, but out of necessity, once again. Some of these guys have M60s, this guy doesn't, but there's a guy there who does. You can kind of shoot him through the stairs. Okay, got him.
And if you take a very specific walking path through this area here, you can actually skip triggering Diaz if you sort of walk all the way around the room and avoid his trigger. So you basically end up with the same as what you would usually have in regular VC. So you skip his trigger and he's just stood inside and you can just chainsaw him. So yeah, we can't clip inside, but we can still disable his AI like you usually would.
And suddenly I'm dressed like a familiar video game protagonist. I love this suit, it's so good.
It's Friday at last.
Yeah.
I deliberately put you on a Friday so that we could make that joke. It was definitely intended.
Huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saved my game. You may wonder why I saved the game despite there being an autosave, but there's a specific reason, which we'll get back to. But keep in mind that it's a strat, right? It's not just for safety.
Yeah.
So yeah, flying to the mall. I'm not going to use this afterwards, so just going to smack into the mall building. Not sure how the YOLO landing would work with the police Maverick right at the entrance there. With the VCN heli, it's easy to just kind of go there, but to be safe, I'm just kind of leaving some extra room. There's a shotgun dude, which I maybe should have run away from, but yeah, I'm not dead yet, so that's cool.
This guy is cracked. I fucking swear down. Like, even if you know he's coming, he still like 1v1s you and wins. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Modification of a big thread.
Yeah. Yeah, so every time you sort of like trigger the next checkpoint by destroying the sets of windows, it spawns a pig member with a shotgun to come and chase you down. So yeah, it's pretty scary guys because they can stun lock you very easily with their shotguns.
Most fun part about this mission, depending on your definition of the word fun, is that by the end you have a 6-star launch level that doesn't go away.
Me! Ruin!
Yeah, it's very epic. The mission gives you 5 stars, yeah, and then upgrades it to 6, and then just doesn't get rid of it. So this is why MH is going to buy warp to cherry poppers. This was again a recent strat from a few days ago. You used to take the helicopter, keep it, and fly back, but that's not necessary anymore. So instead, he's going to he's going to save at cherry poppers, then he's going to actually reload the save that he made previously at the mansion, and then he's going to make a save replay, and then load his previous save at cherry poppers. So now he's back at cherry poppers, but with a save icon replay of the mansion. So you can basically like juggle replays between saves because obviously you make the save in the same playthrough. And then what a save icon warp allows you to do is if you're in the same district, like the same area for example, like downtown, Little Havana, Vice Point, etc., or Starfish Island in this case, and you pick up a save icon, it actually teleports you there when you bring up the save screen. So yeah, it allows MH to go all the way from the North Point Mall all the way to Cherry Poppers, and then all the way to Starfish Island within like 2 seconds because he teleports across the map and then across the map again to get back to where he needs to be.
Yeah. Normally teleporting into the mansion wouldn't be too important, but the front entrance is kind of blocked off, and Tommy hasn't put in the money to remove that. So, yeah, I would have to go around the back, which is super slow and annoying. But luckily we can just teleport in with that whole thing. So
yeah, so teleporting into the mansion is like way more important in this mod than usual.
Just a little cooperative effort of ours. He suggested the warp and he suggested the safe judgment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we made it work. It's pretty cool.
My contribution to that strat was when I was originally routing this, I said on my stream, there has to be a way to keep a save icon warp somehow. That was my contribution.
Real shit. I don't know. That's
Still chat.
Yeah, so the difference in this mission towards the end is, as you can see, these guys don't spawn with PCJs, they actually spawn with Deluxos, which is quite a rare vehicle. You never see it in vanilla VC usually unless you do some hidden extra content with Sunshine Autos. And also, the time limit, which would usually stop counting down after you kill these guys, it actually doesn't stop counting down. So you're basically on quite a time limit for the entire mission. But yeah, you can still sort of do a similar snipe where you just stand at a certain angle and just nuke them both with the M60 before they have a chance to drive away.
Yeah, the M60 is huge. And that ramp's actually really useful now because it's not a unique stunt, so we don't get the slow motion. And now I'm gonna warp back, not take that, gonna save and load again. This is just because I want to use the helicopter for Copland, and normally if you just warp back, then the helicopter just isn't there for some reason, so just do a quick little...
it's because you don't actually like enter the zone in order to like actually make things spawn. So for fixed spawns in this game, there's like a certain radius that you need to hit, but if you go through it too quickly, then the game doesn't actually have a chance to spawn anything in. So if you teleport to Starfish, the helicopter will never be there. But then if you save your game and load it, then it will properly load everything in.
Yeah, also I was meant to take that phone call, so more waiting. You can observe the clown outfit that I get for save warping the cherry poppers, or by warping, I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of custom outfits that have been added in this mod for completing loads of different things. So yeah, very awesome additions.
Yeah. So when I warp to cherry poppers, usually in the normal game you would warp out of the mall on purpose, and then when you start Copland you just get 5 stars by default. That's called the 5-star glitch because the game just thinks you're still in the mall to the extent that you can get the 5 stars that you would normally get for entering the mall on that mission without the cop outfit. It's kind of weird, but I don't want that to happen because, well, I don't really need 5 stars. And, well, the main reason you do 5-star glitch in the first place is to get a wanted level to do this quickly, but there's a bunch of gang members. There's just so many more spawns in this, so really that's not an issue. It's just nicer to just not have 5 stars. So I ran out of the mall. Also the garage is here. Maybe you can guess which one this is originally.
Yeah, if any of you have your thinking hats on,
yeah,
you can think back to about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. And yeah, I still don't want Lance, so can just stitch him like that.
That's the full camera angle, by the way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're flying. Nothing too much new here at this point, but
we're basically just gonna go to the mall, drop the bomb, and fail the mission.
Yeah. We're gonna fail the mission on purpose. Pretty cool strat. Oh yeah, but more importantly, why I didn't want 5-star Copland is that all these dudes become like aggressive to you, which is bad and potentially deadly. So yeah, I land here because the other spot's more dangerous. You'll see, maybe.
Not only is it more dangerous, but there's actually a clear area there now. So the game actually spawns two cops where you would usually park your helicopter in vanilla, and if your helicopter is there, it will despawn in favor of spawning in the guards.
Yeah, I've had it not despawn before, but there's a bunch of dudes, so yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can like park on a specific place, like next to the cops. You know, so like the clear area isn't like the entire zone, it's just wherever these cops spawn. But also you would have to fight the cops, which is, you know, not great. So it's a lot better to just park on the other side.
And once again, 6 stars. Really fun.
Yeah.
Probably more fun if you're actually driving a car.
Yeah, you touch a tank, you're just dead. Not that the tanks go very fast, but if you accidentally touch one, then it's just over.
I was gonna say, like, I usually find 6 stars easier than 5 stars, because at least they're like slow enough that you can dodge them. Whereas 5 stars, they're just like completely fucking mental in this game. Like, you just get stun locked, you can't move. It's madness.
I absolutely agreed. And they even have like 4 people in each car. They completely decimate you while with the... So it's just 2 guys in each vehicle.
Yeah.
It's even funnier in VCS because in roadblocks, if you approach an FBI roadblock in that game, you're dead. Like they just blow up your car in 5 seconds.
Really quick, we have a $19.84 donation from Andre saying Vamos. Thank you, Andre.
Vamos indeed.
Vamos indeed. And we're up to 925 smackaroos for the kids, which is awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Just 75 smackaroos more. And we'll be getting on with that Elgato Stream Deck giveaway. So...
Alright, so I need a taxi. I just found a taxi, that's nice. Oops.
Perfect.
The reason I need is
one of two sort of random elements of the run. But it's usually pretty consistent to get a taxi here.
But yeah, I need a taxi because you can use it to Instapass Boatyard. That's from the original. These missions weren't changed enough to really... I don't think they were changed at all, really. So the Instapass works the same. Just, you know, buy it. Need to on Mission Zero taxi with the save icon here, which I'll do real quick.
Yeah, the first huge deviation from the original no SSU route. Or in that route, we would Instapass cherry poppers multiple times. That's not viable here because the game's script is based on the Haitian unfriendly version, while the original speedrun uses the Japanese Haitian friendly version, where distribution can be Instapass. Here it can be Instapass, but using a completely different mission, which is much slower than just doing this and a later setup.
And I'm hugging the wall here because I don't want to enter Starfish Island. I played a couple of save replays while I was looking for a taxi at the docks. Get up, dude. Okay. So that's gonna it's basically a buffered mansion warp. I don't want to take this call, actually. My call route is kind of messed up.
Yeah, so MH has a leftover instance of Boatyard running here, and the easiest way to cancel that instance is by starting Paramedic. Now, this isn't VCS, so there's no hospital nearby with a ambulance. So instead, there is a way you can trigger one. And the way it works is there's a number of conditions. The first is that there has to be at least 2 pedestrians that are dead on the floor, but they haven't had their limbs removed, so that the ambulance people can potentially revive them. And then, what's the other one again? That there isn't also an ambulance on the map, and then there's something else? I forget. Did you crash?
Yeah, that is not supposed to happen.
Nice.
So yeah, I removed the Clio ASI, in case that was maybe why.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why there's window sounds going on whenever he does stuff like this, it's because Clio actually, God, how do I describe this? Basically, Clio interferes with instapasses. So Clio is like giving you errors. Like the game doesn't crash, but Clio gives you an error, and it like plays like the crash sound. But then the game still continues running. But yeah, the Clio is required for using the autosave. So say usually in runs we wouldn't use Clio at all. But it's for the autosave feature, and I think also there's going to be some other planned features that use Clio, but yeah.
So basically it throws exceptions. Like on every instapass or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't do the mansion warp anymore. Well, I guess if I loaded... Wait, no, I overwrote the first save. Okay, so no mansion warp. That's not really a big deal, but kind of unfortunate.
It's fine.
So...
But usually what is supposed to happen is, since you have a leftover instance of Boatyard running, if you were to start another mission, for example, like the Printworks, which is the next mission that, or the next asset that MH is going to do, he would crash the game because he's running Boatyard and the Printworks missions at the same time, which is no bueno. The game will crash. But Paramedic, when you start it, it actually like kills the instance of Boatyard. So, as I say, the fastest way to trigger Paramedic is just to spawn an ambulance by killing 2 pedestrians, but not shooting them in the head or the arms or the legs, so that an ambulance can come and potentially revive them. So yeah, MH just kills 2 guys and stands near them to make sure that they're spawned in, and then as long as there isn't...
What the hell? I think it spawned in the fucking tree. What?
Nice, dude.
All right. Don't stand too close to the El Banco Corrupto Grande, I guess. All right, as long as I can cancel the instance. It crashed.
As long as you can get in it, should be fine.
Okay, I'm assuming the new paramedic in 1.95 is the reason.
Oh yeah, but I haven't played new patch.
But I didn't actually test that, so my bad, I guess.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, you can't use paramedic anymore.
Yeah, oops. Yeah,
you can buy the Lynx Height hotel thing near the pole position. That kills the instance as well.
Okay, I'll do that. It's better than...
I tested that years and years ago.
Yeah, it's better than dying and losing my weapons, so...
Yeah.
I just realized we need a cone monkey to retest every instapass in this game now. That's pretty much every mission is different.
It's the joys of speedrunning something that is actively being developed, so you never know when your strategies are going to die.
I mean, yeah, like ultimately it's my fault for doing an untested, route is not tested on this version run on the marathon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I should have just stuck with what works.
It's not something I didn't think about it until I let you crash twice, and then I was like, oh yes, that's probably the reason.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, but yeah, now we know. Okay, I'm not getting a taxi. Come on.
Yeah.
Will we have time to do side stuff?
I mean, people paid for it, so we got to do it regardless. You're just gonna be quick.
True. Yeah, I could downgrade live on stream, but the Lynx View purchase seems like a better option.
I hope I'm right. This was like 6 years ago, but I swear it works.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
At least you can take the Sparrow after that and just fly back.
I think I'll take the boat.
Since you're like right next to the... Oh, and you could even take the hidden vehicle at Lance's house to get back. Real shit.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Oh,
I'm doing that. I'm doing
even
that.
Better.
Yeah.
Huge.
We're doing that. All right.
Finally, a use case for this.
Did you see it? If you haven't seen it, you will see it. One moment.
Technically a VCS moment.
What is this car doing? Okay. That was cool. I teleported to past the fade or whatever. Alright, I guess we're good now. Let's go. Boat.
You never know when random useless facts about this game will come in handy.
Fuck ambulances. Aha.
Casually rerouting the run mid-marathon.
Yeah.
Had to be done. But yeah, I think sticking to 1.9 is going to be the thing. At least for now.
Yeah. So in one of the new patches, there is also a sparrow near Lance's house. So can use that to fly back.
Didn't see no sparrow.
Or whatever it's called, dodo, skimmer,
Skimmer,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Skimming. Maybe I can skim the
skim.
head of this pedestrian here. Nope, I missed. Okay. Whee! Just casually losing a bunch of time while listening to this goofy Party Cruise FM music. Don't want to take that call, so I won't. Bye. Alright. Gonna save your... This will be a safety save, though. And let's go.
Yeah, so at this point in the game, basically the way you unlock the final missions is you have to complete the Vassetti Estate missions, which is Copland, which MH has already done. You have to complete the Printworks missions, which is what MH is currently doing, spilling the beans and hit the courier. And then you have to complete 5 other assets of your choosing. So you can do like the taxi firm missions, you can do the strip club, you can do the Malibu club. It's completely up to you, as long as you do 5 of those plus the 2 mandatory ones. Obviously in speedruns, you want to figure out the quickest way to basically get as many assets as possible. And in this game, the game doesn't actually check what individual assets you completed. All that it checks for is that the asset counter, which is just like the total number of assets that you have, is a certain number, right? So if there's a way to complete a very quick asset several times, you can just increase that number over and over again and then unlock the missions regardless of how many assets you've actually completed. Now, as Momo was saying earlier, there is actually a way to insta-pass the Cherry Poppers mission, which is the ice cream factory, over and over again, which is what you would do in regular vanilla runs. But that only works on the Japanese and a few other versions of the game. Sick stuff.
Oh no! Oh my god. That was crazy. I don't know why the marker didn't trigger.
I think you were like stood on like just the end of it.
I could have shot him, but it would have been difficult with keyboard controls in that, camera mode.
Yeah, that jump is risky, but it looks awesome. So I respect it.
Hey,
That would have been the best thing ever if it actually triggered the marker.
yeah, like I was 2 for 2 for it going pretty well, and now I'm 2 for 3.
Yeah, so as we're not playing the Japanese or Australian version or anything like that, we have to look for a new method to basically cheese this section where you have to do assets. So instead, something that was again done mega boomer, this was like 2015 strats, was you would mass duplicate, hit the courier, and then when you pass it, obviously because it's the end of the Printworks, it would give you an asset. So if you pass that mission, like let's say 10 times, it would give you 10 assets, and you would be able to continue on. Because you've completed the Vassetti Estate, you've completed the Printworks, and then you've got enough assets on the counter. The issue is that the next mission, after you do all of this tomfoolery with the assets, is cap the collectors. And the fail condition for that mission is running out of taxable assets. Now, the Mafia cannot tax the Vassetti Estate and the Printworks because, they're not taxable assets. So you start the mission and you have no more assets that can be taxed because you have 0. and then you instantly fail the mission as soon as you start it. So that is why Boatyard is done, because it gives you one extra asset, just so you don't instantly fail Cap the Collectors towards the end of the game.
Yeah, anyway, I think I'm not going to go for that boat jump again until I do more testing, which is not right now. Gonna do the intended strat, which is still pretty interesting, so yeah.
I think it was Momo that originally said in my stream and said, like, you know, why didn't you do that jump? And I was like, because I'm not a psychopath. Like
this driver?
Extremely hard to do. Yeah.
Yeah, Millie mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, we should probably do that, because you can just take like a police vehicle, like especially the Cheeto, because you can just respray that directly.
Yeah.
Nice aggressive traffic.
Yeah, it's on display.
Classic.
But yeah, I mean, that boat jump, I'm sure there's a way to make it pretty consistent, but like you just need a really particular lineup, which I don't have a very particular lineup. I just have like general guidelines, which obviously are not good enough. So yeah.
The issue is that all the guys at the top of the boat have M60s as well, so even if you land like somewhat near the marker, like what happened with MH, you can just get like killed in 3 or 4 bullets as soon as you land, which is pretty rough.
The funniest part was your first attempt in the testing stream where you got yeeted off your bike and onto the ship, completely skipping the stunt jump cam.
Yeah, that one was so cool, but I can't replicate that. Or maybe there is a way to replicate it, I just don't know. But, like maybe if you hit the ramp while like doing a wheelie or something, then you would fly off like that, but I don't know.
So instead, MH is showcasing another hidden part of this mission, which is there is actually a container on the back and a Coast Guard boat that you can use in order to gain access to the back of the ship and skip a lot of the fight from the front.
Yeah, and then you can kind of I don't know what the term is, like wall trick these guys.
I always call it what's the term? I say I always call it, and then I forget my own term. But it's like head glitching in Call of Duty, you know?
Yeah.
Like when people used to like sit behind ledges and like only like a bit of their head would pop out, but they had like a full view of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like head peeking or whatever they would call it. Yeah.
Except I can see them in the third person, and I can like shoot through the wall as a result. So.
Yeah. 100% cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is another mission where if you just go back and try and finish the mission, you'll fail. So,
are you for fucking real, yo? Really? Fucking marathon shit.
God damn. The joy of 3-star wanted levels.
Alright, 4th time's a charm, I guess. Shit.
It seemed calculated to me.
It was not. It was, I really did not want to do this mission again. By the cop, yeah. The cop wanted that to happen. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything different than last time. Except I guess I'll be further away from the sidewalk so that I can't get my tires popped or something. Let's get some distant cry. But yeah, this ramp has been in my way every time. It's one of the new stunts. Well, that one... there's some ramps that lead to other unique stunts. Lots of new ramps here, some of which may be unique stunts. So, yeah. A whole new set of ramps to check out. Alright. So yeah. Yeet my bike over here. Pop this guy.
In the meantime, I can remind everyone what we're all here for, and that is to raise the money. Raise the money. It's like a ransom or something. It's like,
raise the money. Yeah.
Raise some amounts of money for Save the Children and their Gaming Tuesday campaign. Gaming Tuesday is a subsidiary of Giving Tuesday. It's basically the big geek equivalent that the Save the Children do every single December, and it's to raise money for kids in need. So even something as little as $1 can go a very long way, and can provide things like food, medicine, education to kids. Don't get things that we take for granted. So the 925 or like 924.80 or whatever we've raised so far will go an insanely long way to change a bunch of kids' lives. So thank you to everyone who supported the stream. This isn't the final day. We have the rest of the weekend to go. We will be running like 14-hour days on Saturday and Sunday, so we'll have plenty of content for you to enjoy. San Andreas, GTA 5, GTA 3, you name it, we've got it. So yeah, tell your friends, tell your husband, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your dog, tell your mum, and bring them in so they can support the cause. Thank you so much to everyone who's supported so far.
But yeah, I need to respray here.
Content is left for the weekend.
What's that, Momo?
Clearly the best content is left for the weekend.
Don't say that about MH, he's right here, man. Come on.
Yeah?
There's the exception.
Huge backpedal. I respect it. Alright, easy mission, first try.
Yeah. Totally. Alright, we're good pace, good pace. Could be a PB.
Yeah. So, the next thing that we need to do is, as we mentioned before, we need to dupe hit the courier a bunch. Now, duping a mission once is very easy. Duping a mission several times, or with the same setup, is not particularly easy. But there is a setup that we can do. So what MH has done is he has looked at the in-game clock and he's made a save at the printworks. And now he's going to go and stand over a rampage and wait for a certain amount of time. The amount of time that he waits isn't a right or wrong answer. Basically, it just depends on how confident you are at doing the trick. So there's a kind of tricky execution that you have to do, and the more time you spend doing it, the more time you have to wait in this segment. So how it works is that when you pick up a rampage in this game, it has a 2-minute timer, right? We all know that. But the 2-minute timer is actually based on like an in-game like engine clock. It's like something that you can't see in the game. And essentially, via replays, we can basically set up a rampage pickup that's in the future. Because MH is going to wait a certain amount of time to pass, and then he's going to make a replay over the Molotov rampage, and then load his save. So essentially what has happened is he's going to play the game for a certain amount of minutes, do an action, and then reload the save to like 3 minutes before the action occurred. But then because the time spent is still stored in the replay, then the replay is technically from the future. Like, it's basically time traveling. And essentially what the game looks at is you press F3 and you start the rampage in the present time, which is after loading the save, and the rampage starts, okay? But then he plays the replay again, and the game goes, wait a second, while you're in the replay, the 2 minutes has already passed because that replay is in the future. So as long as at least 2 minutes have passed, the rampage is going to fail because the game thinks that you failed the rampage because you've spent more than 2 minutes on the rampage. It's a very long and convoluted setup, but all that you need to know is that it allows MH to start and fail the rampage on command. So what he's going to do is he's going to start hit the courier and then actually fail the rampage by just pressing F3 because the game's like, oh, 2 minutes has passed. And then he's going to start the mission again. And this allows you to basically mass duplicate missions with only a couple of minutes on the setup. So the quickest way to do this is to do what's called man duping, which is basically just jumping into a mission marker and playing the replay at the right time. This is not consistent because basically Tommy picks up pickups like rampages every, is it 6 frames? I think it is, something like that. So there's a chance that when you pick up the rampage, the mission will already start based on like a cycle. So if you get unlucky enough, you can pick up the rampage without picking up the mission, or vice versa. But it's consistent enough to make it worth trying. So as you can see here, he's canceling the rampage and then immediately starting it again and then starting the mission at the same time. And he needs to do this until Hit the Courier is running 5 times. So if he starts the mission too early without the rampage, then he needs to load the save and try it all over again.
Got a game crash though.
You crash again?
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen.
Nice.
If I crash again, I'm just gonna downgrade.
Okay, sure.
Also, I think I'm on bad order, so I'm messing this up a lot. That's a whole other thing that we don't need to talk about, I think. But
yeah, that's geek shit. But basically, all that you need to know is like there's a certain variable. There's the good order and the bad order, and when you're on the bad order, it's bad because picking up replays, rampages and stuff is far less consistent. This glitch.
Yeah,
basically.
and saving and loading inverts it. So yeah, I'm gonna save and load. This is pretty ridiculous. We probably need to actually keep track of the order for the route for this to be any.
I've never had an issue with it, but I think it might just be because obviously in the route that I did before Tuesday and the new strat, you don't really make any saves or anything, so it never affects it, you know? How did this become faster than what you used to do, Ben? What do you mean, what I used to do? Like, this, ever since Titan Vice runs, this has always been done. So I don't know what you mean by that, Nabnoob.
I think he means the entire run.
Yeah, if you just mean like in general, then yeah, there's a lot of different rerouting in the mid game, but the end game is identical.
And no crash. That's cool.
Nice. But yeah, crashes can be sadly quite common, because obviously when you're mass duplicating missions, it's you know, obviously very unstable. The game is not designed to do this. And this mission, you can actually sort of lock it up if you're not careful. If you go on mission 0 at certain times during this mission, the helicopter's AI path actually gets messed up and never ends up landing. So you have to be careful to take phone calls at very specific times here.
I think the only real problematic one is if you cancel a call like immediately before the pink text shows up at the start of the mission. As far as I know, but yeah.
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, lads?
Private business.
Doing some private business. Basically, I'm like abusing this repeatable voice line to overwrite the longer phone call voice lines.
Tommy,
A little bit, not too much. I get immunity from gang members if I
Stab you in the back, okay?
am on a phone call, so I don't want it to end quite yet.
Enough without you getting all emotional on me. Trust me. You hear me?
Also, I got a
Yeah,
piece.
luckily, you only need to get the plates from one of the helicopters. Otherwise, this would be significantly more difficult.
Get the plate.
And more entertaining.
2 days off, okay? I'll talk to you.
Another byproduct of using the replays so well there is you actually get 30,000 Molotovs. So you can actually use that if you throw a Molotov at the... oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, if you throw a Molotov at the helicopter, it actually lands a lot quicker than just waiting for it.
Yeah, usually I haven't done this with a PCJ before, so I got there way earlier, and yeah, I kind of messed things up a little bit, but I did it back up to safely avoid all the assailants after the phone call. Just jump across the water.
Yeah, I've had to do that more times than I'd like to admit, because I mess this up all the time. Because it's hard. Man. It's hard to do at the end of the run.
Also, I think I want to take this call here, actually, and skip it. Yeah. And then I can warp, and mission passed.
So just 2 more missions to go. Because now MH has completed Hit the Courier 6 times? 5 times?
5 times.
6 times. Yeah, 5 times, yeah.
I think I can stand on this side here. Call should come in, then I can just skip it. Like so.
Yep. So MH has completed Hit the Courier 5 times, so he's completed the Printworks 5 times, the Vassetti Estate once, and then Boatyard once. So he's completed the 2 mandatory assets, and he's got 5 other assets. So he's able to progress to the final 2 missions. That's what that entire setup was for, in a nutshell.
And it's snowing, so that is annoying. It snows, it's scripted to snow on this mission actually, so you can't avoid it unless you do some fancy setup to get on mission 0 and then save past it maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, this mission is pretty rough, but luckily in this run, you have just the perfect amount of time to get back to the boatyard and stop these guys from taxing the businesses. Because as we mentioned before, boatyard is your only asset, so if they tax it, you mission fail. But as you can see, MH has just enough time to get there and kill these guys before they actually tax it.
Yeah, and that's why the boatyard...
This mission is not easy.
Yeah, that's why the boatyard is the specific other asset. Like, we can't just do 6 times Hit the Courier in Copland, because we need that one taxable asset, and just insta-passing that one is the fastest way we can do it on this version, so that we know of anyway. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like a modified boomer route, because the boomer route obviously never insta-passed boatyard, they just did boatyard, which is shit and slow, so insta-passing it is much cooler.
I just had the idea of doing boatyard in snow.
Just ice, like, floating around on the water.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And by great, I mean not great, you know?
I think my bike's dead. Think I'll take this instead. If they'll let me go.
MH has 4 stars into this mission, but he needs to get rid of his wanted level as soon as possible, because he still has another phone call to take from Lance before he can trigger the final mission. Usually you're not able to respray emergency vehicles, such as cop cars or anything like that, but thankfully the Miami Vice Cheetah that the guys spawn in 3 stars, you can actually use in the pay and spray just fine.
Yeah. Super useful on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Although if you get a PCJ spawn on the road and don't have to blow up, then it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, yeah, you can also save and load. Normally you would be able to save and load to get rid of your wanted level, but I screwed the game up so badly that if I save and load at this point, the game's gonna crash, like my save's gonna be corrupted basically, so.
Yeah, you can brick your save if you reload it at this point, which is not good.
Big problems. Come down here right away.
And yeah, I would have set up the mansion warp, so I would have just teleported into the mansion as soon as I entered Starfish Island, but, you know, stuff happened, and now I have to go all the way around in here to start the final mission. Maybe I should have gotten... Should I get health and armor? I think I'll do that. I've had it with...
It's up to you with how confident you are, I guess.
Nah, man, I don't trust this game anymore. Untrustworthy. Can't trust a Titan device mod to go easy on you.
Yeah, very true. So in this final mission, there is actually a whole extra section to it, where when you fight Lance, he actually runs up to the roof and takes off in the helicopter, and you would have to shoot him down using another vehicle, which I won't spoil. But if you play your cards right, you can actually kill Lance before he gets to the helicopter, skipping that entire segment during this. These guys that you fight either have grenades or the stubby shotguns. So MH is going to camp in this like northwestern corner because it's basically the only place that you're safe. These guys will like two-shot you if you're not careful. So this mission is really brutal playing casually.
Yeah, it's a good thing you have all this M60 bullets ammo. Because if you don't, it just gets so hard. So dying and then having to do this mission is just ridiculously hard. I haven't done it, so Alright, now Lance should spawn.
No one to cover your ass now, eh?
We're gonna try and snipe him before he makes it to the roof,
Stabbing prick.
which hopefully works.
He has like a trigger zone, and when you back further away, he actually like runs forward to try and fight you. So yeah, that you can use that in order to snipe him and kill him, and then you basically just wait until Sunny spawns, and that's GG.
There's a dude there in the shadows. I didn't see him. Luckily, he wasn't shooting me. I can hear
Yeah, for some reason, the guys in this final segment, they actually shoot each other, which is very strange. I don't know if that's an oversight or if it's intended, like a bug, but
I can hear them fighting.
yeah, they actually shoot each other, which is really weird.
Yeah, there's like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, given everything else in this mission, I imagine that it is intended. There are a lot of humorous Easter eggs in this mission.
I own you, Tommy. Those 15 years were mine to spend.
Yeah, but we didn't get to see a lot of it, so I was just kind of camping out here, of course. All right. Excuse the split noises that you may have heard. Thanks for GG. Yeah, that was very rough, but we got through.
Tommy?
Fighting for you, what do you expect?
Exactly, yeah.
What does it look like?
It looks like you
Alignment's
ruined your suit.
underestimate.
And Tommy, that was a beautiful suit. Tommy,
Yeah, there's
what
always.
happened?
I think it's kind of like learning a new GTA. Like you have to
You know,
just get acquainted with all the things that can screw you over and just kind of learn how to avoid them all and stuff.
Don't start World
So
War
yeah, we're
III.
still all in the learning phase.
You know, maybe you should speak to my shrink.
that stupid prick Lance.
Tommy, I ever liked
Yeah.
that guy.
Speaking
okay?
of humorous
He's
Easter
neurotic,
eggs,
he's
I think this
insecure,
cutscene
he's self-centered,
is
the guy's an
unintentionally
asshole.
funny,
I'm glad you took him out.
just from just by changing the door to be always locked.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no up north anymore.
I like the new outfits though; they're cool.
It's all down south now.
So you showing the credits?
I'm not gonna do the whole credits, obviously,
What do you
but
think it means?
you know, you can see
Yeah,
that
show
first.
like a verse.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?
Ain't it just beautiful?
Look at this door, Rosie.
Hey, Versetti. Let's kick it! Vice, baby. Vice, baby. All right, stop. I'll berate in. Listen, Vice is back with a brand new invention. This city, grab a hold of me tightly, blow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will I ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Under ocean beach lights, I'll glow. Guilty ass, grab my cup like a vandal. Took over the estate, likes to jump like a candle. Dance.
All right, it goes on for longer than that, but we got things to do, so let's get to it. That is amazing though. Maybe we can get the full version linked on the YouTube or whatever. All right, so what's number one? I don't know. I'm just gonna go do the USJ.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say anyway.
Yeah, do that.
Need to get rid of this wanted level though. So yeah, there are many more new changes. Obviously, all the other missions are changed as well. Oh yeah, an Avery mission. It's right there. Avery mission with 3 stars.
Also, if you saw all 3 of us on the microphones, we are all in the credits of the mod.
Come on!
Because you know, yeah, not to flex or anything, but we you know, we get a special thanks right at the top of the credits.
Oh, actually, let me get a sniper rifle. Okay, I think. Okay. I'll lose my wanted level, get a PCJ, get the sniper rifle, do the what's it? Crap, I don't know. I'm stumbling over my words here, but whatever. I need to get rid of the wanted level, first of all.
Yeah. I would say for Avery mission, if you're gonna do any of them, do Demolition Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess I can pull up a save, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one to showcase.
Yeah. Super fun, yeah, totally.
Should say though, the spoiler alert, I don't believe you need a sniper rifle this time.
I mean, I didn't say that I needed it, but it's kind of funny to show. Oh, I can type in Thug's tools at this point. It doesn't really matter. I could, yeah, I could just. Yeah, come on. We're cheating here. It's all good. Just sandbagging for more content.
That's like earlier spending the game.
Okay. I'll do the USJ.
Do the USJ, and I'm gonna go and get a save for you in the meantime.
I still have the saves that you made, the 1.4. So you see
You
this
still
ramp?
have to do 4 iron though, so I'm just gonna complete it in the meantime, and I'll send you a save with Demo Man available.
Oh, I mean, I can just do both of them anyway. At that point, it's fine.
Just now I'm conscious of time. That's all.
So you see this ramp? I went past it a couple times before, maybe. Actually, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Either way, in memory of KZ Fru on his ESA run, I forget which ESA run that was exactly, but anyway,
It
I
was
think
a
summer.
definitive.
Yeah. So,
Can relate.
in memory, we're going to drive all over it and do a stunt off of it to dab on the haters. This little hop over here. I haven't heard that sound before. That's good. Good shit.
Any Tony Hawk fans?
Yeah, reference not gotten, but it's still cool.
Yeah. So when you do a special trick in Tony Hawk's, that's the sound that plays.
Nice. Alright, let me see if I can
What do you
beat
guys
even
think
to it.
of the World Cup?
I'm already there, I'm doing it.
Yep.
So what do you guys think of everything in the World Cup so far?
Haven't been following it.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Haha, Brazil, yeah, I agree. Rip Team USA, they weren't gonna win anyway. Go North Africa.
I'm gonna save
Literally
you,
the
but
farthest
you're
we've ever
pretty much
gone
on your way
so far.
anyway, so.
Yeah. Alright. So normally on this mission we would do a snipe. Right? There's some stuff in the way, actually. But see, I got around this before. This used to not be here. But I wonder if I can still get around it. I mean, it's not that hard, right? Like, oh wait, did I enter the marker? I have to enter the marker. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Big noob.
Sorry. Oh, whoops. Wrong way. That's fine. All right, marker. So, let me get my. Where's my sniper rifle? Well, I can just cheat it back. All right, so see that dude over there that I'm supposed to kill? He's dead. Ha ha ha. All right.
I've got a clear shot.
So, yeah, I need to get out of here now. Eben, do you have the save?
It closed the game because you fucking.
Oh,
you said you were doing it on your own.
Okay. All right, hold up. I need to get out of here.
Just big bang it. Just Just get in the van and big bang it.
We're good, we're good. Go, 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 go. Okay.
I'm looking at this and I already realized that all missions were too dated. Because there I inserted a heli into this mission, thinking that there was no way to do the sniping strat because of the billboard.
Yeah, welcome to Watch Mojo. Hardest mission in the game, except probably actually this time. See for yourself.
Honestly, probably more annoying than hard, but whatever.
It's trolly, at least. So yeah, you can see that the RC vehicle is different. And I can't see a damn thing right now, and I missed the target, and the dynamite is floating in the air, which is a thing that happens in this game for some reason. And
yeah, that's a vanilla bug.
And there's basically no way I can pick it back up unless I have like perfect, you know, aim with this thing. Like that, I got lucky. So yeah, basically this mission kind of sucks. We need an Instapass.
I think I was looking into the Instapasses in the forum on SRC, and I found the Intel one, which looked pretty slow to me. It juggled between a certain mission and the race. You had to drive back and forth.
Maybe not worth it. But yeah, the rest of the mission is pretty similar. What was the other thing that I had to do?
The tank stadium event.
Ah, yes. Okay. So let me just attempt to do this thing first, real quick. This one bomb. But yeah, this thing's hard, and yeah, the time limit's way lower. Okay, that somehow worked. Yeah, you basically have to get lucky and have the bomb like immediately teleport to the barrel, and also your thing is invincible, I'm pretty sure. Like this guy's gonna be smacking it forever, but nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, they can't damage you because of the plane.
Yeah. Anyway. Big Bang? Okay. Merked. Oh yeah. Ooh, camera. Okay. So, to get to this stadium, I will use the premier form of transportation in Vice City, known as the flying tank. Yeah, I didn't goof with the floating bomb. That was just, you know, Vice City bullshit.
Partially a goof.
I'm not aware of what I have to do to avoid that, because that's usually not an issue. But yeah.
It's just like if you slightly mistime it, then it just like lands on a weird part of the collision. Obviously, with a plane, it's very difficult to to land the bombs, so it makes sense. But with a heli, it's a lot easier to do it consistently.
This is a disturbingly low height for a flying tank.
I mean,
are you really flying the tank if you're not bypassing the height limit?
Yeah, but it's about speed, dude. The higher you go, the longer it takes to come down again. Obviously.
Yeah.
Really?
Don't need to worry about no airspace.
Yeah. So there are three stadium events in Vice City, and they've all been modified in this version of the mod. I won't go into the other ones, but MH is going to be doing the tank-related one.
I think I messed up. I wasn't in the stadium opening range. I wasn't paying attention.
Also, yeah, be careful with potentially bricking your save.
Oh yeah, I can't load this save, yeah.
Reload, yeah.
I'm just saving to advance time, because that's how you like switch stadium events. Yeah, saving is fine, loading's not. Pizza boy? Pizza man. I'm gonna have to do that sometime. On stream, preferably. Alright, let's do this. Tanks for the memories. Phil Cassidy presents. Whoa. More Phil Cassidy lore. I mean, literally any save would be fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah, you just need a save that has downtown unlocked. It's not a big deal.
Might want to disable the flying cheat. Well, I can just skip the call if I get it. Yeah, just whatever. Alright, let's do this. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Let's see what's going on here.
Perfect.
Oh, there he is. Drive through the checkpoints. Oh, look at all these, what do you call them? Patriots that I can just blow up with my tank, assuming that I have one. Maybe, okay, I'm one of them. So Phil's gonna...
Summer child.
So Phil's gonna go around and kill us all, right? Uh-oh. Get me out of here. Time limit is 5 minutes. Holy shit.
Yeah, so basically the way this works is you have to collect checkpoints to increase your timer. Usually it's a minute, but it's been increased to 5 in this. And every single checkpoint that you collect adds 15 seconds onto the timer.
Okay, I'm dead.
So yeah, this plus the tanks going around to destroy you, plus it just being absolute chaos, as you can see, is yeah, it's great.
Let's try that again. Might have to save a bunch again. Yeah, don't want to go too overtime though, so do like maybe a couple more tries and but yeah, that thing looks pretty ridiculous. Yeah, these stadium events are like they're like the real challenge. Like they're harder than any of the mission changes from what I can see. I don't quite know what's going on with the pizza one, but I've tried the sand trap. Yeah, not too much detail, but it's hard. It's really hard. Alright. So yeah, again, I'm gonna buy and just save a whole bunch. Gonna have to spam replays to advance time though. Again. Well, I didn't have to do it last time, did I? Maybe I did a little bit. Okay, I'm on the correct event now anyway, so that's nice.
The stadium doors open from 8 p.m. until midnight, so that's your only time window to access them.
Actually, that's what
and obviously you can save the game to progress to that point. But if you save, so saving the game advances 6 hours in the in-game clock. But if you save over the time where the doors would be open, so like let's say you save at 7 p.m. and you save all the way to 1 a.m., then because the event never started, it doesn't actually rotate until the next event. So it's just the same event but the next day. And holy shit, a motorbike just went past my house and it I felt my floor shake.
That's what they do.
An earthquake or some shit. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I've had several motorbikes just pass by me while sleeping, and they basically wake you up with how loud they are.
Yeah, goddamn.
I've had planes fly like not super duper low over my house, but low enough where it just like shakes the whole house.
Yeah.
It's like... All right, let's try not to die. Try being the keyword. Luckily, the tanks are blowing up everyone else, so I can get the targets all for myself. That's nice.
Really nice.
Until I get blown up, at least.
Yeah, so these guys are basically programmed to a certain portion of them actually go and collect the checkpoints, but not all of them. There are also a certain portion of them that only go for you, so they just try and ram you all the time, which adds adds a load of artificial difficulty. It's the same in vanilla, and it's super annoying, super duper annoying.
By the way, I run 100% of Vice City, so I'm familiar with doing Blood Ring. So let's see how those skills pull me through this or not. Oh god. Oh god. Oh great. I'm getting bonus money for no reason. I didn't do anything. Just playing the game. Yeah. You're not dead. Here's some money. Okay. Whew. Alright, almost there. Oh, that tank took the checkpoint. That's annoying. Okay. Give me. No! So close. So close. Man. Alright, well, you mostly saw, you know, I basically passed it, right, guys? You know, come on. Good enough.
If you add all of your time from the previous attempts together, you've hit more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, you know? What's the big deal? But yeah, let's not get the schedule too far off tracks. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, there's so much more cool stuff in this mod. Everyone should play it. We can link it in the chat one more time, I think.
Yeah.
Not for the faint of heart. You gotta be a god gamer. So just be warned. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed that, you know, good showcase of how difficult this mod is. And how it can be broken in some ways. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of GTU.
Yeah, we'll be back very soon with our boy Mashin doing T-Lad, Lost and Damned. So we'll be back very soon with that. Don't go anywhere.
I'm alive, get into a car.